best anime YouTubers in the space as of right now. NC Hammer 23,
Yo.
reoccurring guest for what, the fourth time now, third or fourth?
Something like that for sure. Yeah, it's I think it's probably fourth time. I've been on here a bunch of times.
I'm so awkward with the hand claps.
Listen,
Yo, free game be jumping like 2-3 seconds too late.
I like it. I didn't even know we had an audience. That's huge. I gotta get my own soundboard configured here. Damn, I want like Rasta horn or something. I think I have like one sound on this Go XLR and it's not hand claps. Yeah.
Rasta horn.
Yeah.
Bro, you're crazy, man.
Wow, man.
So, but Bart, man, you don't have to like flatter me so much and call me the greatest podcaster of this generation. I think that's huge cap.
I don't know, man. I've heard some mumblings at Jump Festa last night. They were talking about it. They were like, I think it's when it comes, yeah, they're like greatest anime podcast, and they were like, I think it's coming down to the Cloud Ninja podcast. That like happened at like 2 a.m. though, so you guys probably didn't see it.
Bro, I heard, I heard a couple people told me, but I'm like, nah, yeah, I ain't telling them.
Yeah. So did you guys watch Jump Festa? Did you guys watch all the announcements and all that?
No, I watched your reaction. I didn't watch.
Gotcha.
The whole 4-hour live stream. It was wild.
It was, and it was so funny that the English translator was struggling. Yo, they roll out Boruto Naruto announcement. There's 3. It's Boruto's voice actor, Sasuke's voice actors, Naruto's voice actor. They're all just talking over each other, and the Japanese to English translator is just like, wow. That's big. Wow, that is colorful. Get your chakra. Naruto, get your chakra. And it's just like 3. It's just one person trying to translate 3 people all going at once. I was rolling laughing. It was so funny.
Bro, that one scene where Sasuke does like the cha thing for Sakura. I'm like, yo, translator, you have to translate that.
Yeah. I was like, also just put it in subtitles. Like, what is going on here?
Exactly.
That might have been actually more helpful, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, like it's not like they didn't have a script. Like we could have worked on this, you know?
I was about to say, can they
Hi, everybody.
do subtitles in real time?
Hi, everybody. Hi, Twitch. I love you. Hello. Sorry, I'm talking with Cloud Ninja Podcast today. If you guys want to hang out and listen, I would appreciate that.
Closed caption don't even be freaking accurate.
It's not fully correct.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But so what do you guys think of the Naruto announcement though? I mean, obviously outside of the fact that it was very roughly Englishly translated.
Well, I think the first thing that a lot of people, especially in my community, well, of course our community, Boruto community, we pay attention to, of course, the code announcement.
Thank you, Pringle.
That right there actually coming to the anime is like,
I love you.
We've been anticipating for years now, and it's finally coming. So of course that right there is going to be very, very hyped. One of the things that I definitely do know specifically is like how far they're actually going to go. Are they going to fully adapt everything up until what, chapter 76? Are they going to take a break at what, chapter 63 or something like that? So you never know, but I definitely do want to know exactly how they're going to do it. But as of right now, I mean, everything is looking on the up and up pretty much. Yeah,
I mean, obviously, like, so when you say key announcement, you're talking about the code arc getting animated. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah, for me, I ain't gonna lie, that's my key announcement. But I know there were a couple more. I think there were 3 more announcements, but that's my key announcement. I just want to touch on that.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously there was the Naruto P99. Which is, so me and Swag have been talking about this, and me and Swag said that, so basically the way the Naruto P99, for those of you who didn't watch the announcement last night, is that there's going to be a worldwide popularity contest, and every single shinobi of all time is in it. And so me and Swag are thinking of putting our heads together to make sure that, and whoever wins, whoever gets number 1, gets a short manga drawn by Kishimoto for them. So me and Swag are collaborating to make sure that it's Jirobo. So if you guys could,
who's Jirobo?
He is the man from the Sound Village 4 who dies against Choji. The man who named a shoulder charge. The guy who had the world's worst Earth release. So me and Swag would think it would be hilarious to get that animated or to get that written into a manga. So if you guys could get on our level here and help us push the talk around Jirobo.
We got you. I know nothing about Jirobo, but I got you.
You're about to. He's about to get a manga. We have until January 31st. Everybody gets to vote once a day. We put our heads together. Me and Swag have 1.4 million people. We get 1.4 million votes a day for Jirobo. Easy money.
Right.
Thanks, Ryujin. Appreciate you.
Have you did a Jirobo explain on your channel yet?
Oh God, no. That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. Me and Swag are working on a Christmas special right now. We're posting on each other's pages. And Jirobo was going to be a key talking point in my video that Swag is in.
Man, because I learned about a lot of like off the side Naruto characters from your channel. When we did the Naruto Jeopardy thing, I had a question. I was like, what's the name of the one-eyed Byakugan user that fought Itachi and Shisui? And it was like, who? The one-eyed Byakugan user. I got that from your channel. I knew nothing about that guy.
Mukai Kohinata, of course. Yeah. Oh, because you guys were doing the what was it? The Anime Jeopardy. Yeah. Are we doing that today?
Man, I was doing so much stuff last night. I didn't even get a chance to put it together. I'm so sorry.
Oh my goodness.
I'm so sorry. Next time I have you on, though, I will have it put together.
It's a good thing I'm a recurring guest.
Yeah, exactly. I had so much going. That's why I was like, I overslept, and I didn't even oversleep. Man, my time just messed up. I'm sorry.
No. You're good. You just listen. I didn't want to. You probably just didn't want to lose. I understand that. You're like, in the Game of Thrones.
If you would have played against Barbara.
Oh, gotcha. Hey, listen.
I make the questions. It would be cheating if I play.
Yeah, you were bailing out your co-host is what you're doing. Listen, the Game of Thrones. In the Game of Thrones, you either win or you die, baby.
I'm a Jeopardy champion. Just wanted to point that out. So of course I'm not afraid to.
Well, I mean, of course, and Babe Ruth hit 700 home runs against plumbers. So, I mean, let's come on. Let's be fully real here. Let's be fully real here.
Since I was his competition, I'll take that plumber compliment because my boy Mario's coming out with a movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Chris Pratt is the best representation we could possibly have of Mario as an Italian American.
We getting another Super Mario?
It's me, Mario.
Have you missed the entire? You haven't seen the Mario trailer?
I'd be living under a huge rock.
I have such a massive amount of respect for that. Honestly,
you might as well call me Patrick.
You're like, if it's not the new episode of Boruto, I am not about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a lot of respect for that. I wish, man. I wish.
Honestly, I haven't even been watching Boruto, bro. I've been living under a rock.
You and me, brother. You and me. I've been reading Boruto, but I haven't been.
I read it, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been watching it. So, speaking of Boruto, though, we got off track here, which is very Cloud Ninja podcast of us here. Other big announcement outside of Naruto the Live is that Sasuke Retsudan is getting an anime. How do you guys feel about that?
I was hoping they did. I was hoping they made it a movie though.
That would have been sick. That'd have been cool.
They made it a movie. So they announced that? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it was Naruto P99, Naruto the Live, and then Sasuke Retsudan is getting it has its own manga right now, and now it's getting its own anime. But the anime is gonna just be within Boruto, so it's gonna be like the Steam Ninja Scrolls or like the Shin Uchiha arc. Basically, it's just gonna be a Boruto arc that is Sasuke Retsudan.
Oh, okay. So they're just gonna make a Sasuke Retsudan arc.
Yeah. So, but it's still probably gonna be like 12 or so episodes, I think.
Okay, that sounds cool. Did they announce when they're gonna do it? Like how they're gonna fit it into the timeline?
They didn't, but I'll tell you. It's basically when the manga ends here in January, that's when the arc is starting. So basically the second, because they're on chapter, I think 5 or 6 of Sasuke Retsudan right now. The second that the Sasuke Retsudan manga finishes, that's when the arc starts.
Yeah, in regards to the length thing, me personally, I'm not necessarily sure about it specifically how long it should be, but it feels like an awkward introduction just because of the sheer fact that this right here is kind of going to be overshadowed by the code thing. Now, don't get me wrong, of course, everybody here loves Sasuke. And
it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
Well, it's going to come out before code. I think this is how we're getting to I think this is how we get enough space on the manga to get to the code arc. I think that's the big thing.
Question for you, NC. How do you think they're going to fit? Sorry, Bar. How you think they're going to fit this? Like, you think they're going to do it like a flashback arc or something like that? Because
see, that's the thing.
Drama sickness.
Because it happens during the Mugen Abandoned arc.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. So Retsudan is a trilogy of light novels. And so it opens with Kakashi Retsudan, where he heads to the land of Radaka, helps a prince basically usurp a kingdom, and then Sasuke Retsudan, he goes to the prison looking for the polar particles, and then Naruto Retsudan actually hasn't even been translated into English yet. I've read it, but like through like a shaky fan English translation.
That's how I read Sasuke Retsudan.
Yeah, exactly. So it's definitely not great because Sasuke Retsudan didn't get its official English translation until July of this year. So
really? Yeah, I read
think
it like 2-3 years ago. So I definitely.
oh damn! Oh, so you were definitely that was the shakiest of English translations.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I think it's probably gonna be like a flashback. I think it's gonna be like they discover that Naruto was sick or something, and like they're gonna like take a step back and be like, oh, like Naruto was sick, what? And then they'll like go and like it jump straight into Sasuke Retsudan. It's weird to me they're not starting with Kakashi Retsudan, considering that's the first book in the trilogy.
That's the same thing I said.
Yeah, it doesn't like it just kind of introduces the land of Radaku, but it's not like absolutely necessary that it happens. So definitely cool. But yeah, I think it's probably gonna have to be a flashback when it comes down to it.
I think it would have been way better if they would have did Sasuke Retsudan and the Kakashi novel together instead of the Sasuke Retsudan and then the Mirai novel. Since they said that the arc wasn't the same in the anime as it is.
It's not. It's super different. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot more.
Yeah, but still, I would have rather got the Kakashi novel, than the Mirai novel. But that's just me though. I ain't hating on Mirai.
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, I liked Steam Ninja Scrolls a lot because it taps into a lot of questions I had about Joshinism. Like, why is Hidan the only dude trying to look for immortality? Like that always seemed like a dumb idea. And so like the fact that there was other people looking for it, but it also kind of plays into one of my theories that Lord Joshin doesn't exist and that Hidan was born with the innate ability of immortality because the guy couldn't achieve immortality. The other dude whose name I completely forget. So definitely like a cool arc. Also love seeing Mike Guy and Kakashi go on their honeymoon, finally married. I love that for them. Because they're two old gays and I fucking adore that for them. Oh, if you guys weren't aware of this take of mine? No. Mike Guy and Kakashi are absolutely two old gays, and I love them. You're telling me the two most marryable men inside of Konoha somehow never got married?
Oh
yeah,
my god, bro.
Absolutely. They are together.
Oh man. Hey. What do you? Mello was just calling Kakashi daddy on the last podcast, so hey,
it's not inaccurate. It's not an inaccurate claim.
I'm not arguing.
Listen. Look at the public reception to Gojo and JJK. It's the same thing that happened in 2004 when Kakashi came out. Everybody sees a white hair, slightly covered face like model, and they go feral. So listen, Kakashi is absolutely daddy. He's closer to grandfather now, but he's still in that tree of fatherdom.
I ain't gonna call Gojo daddy, but Gojo is that dude though.
Listen. I'll do it for you. Gojo is daddy. Listen, those baby blues, Oh my god, I could stare into those things for hours. Get out of here! I'd leave my girlfriend for that man in a heartbeat.
Oh my god! Don't let her hear you say that.
Yeah, I know she's asleep, Darth. Yeah, that's the benefit of doing a podcast at 9:30 in the morning.
Oh man, you're killing me right now.
Yeah, but so do you guys agree with the decision to make Sasuke Retsudan to put it in Boruto, or do you guys think it should have been its own thing?
I think it should have been a movie. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I also think either a movie, or I think it would have been a really good idea to just make a spin-off series that is light novel animation.
What was you posted a video? I didn't get a chance to watch it, but your thumbnail caught my eye. You said this spin-off series is gonna destroy Naruto, but you had Minato on there, like it was about to be a new Minato series.
Yeah, it's the art of clickbait, baby. That's how you get those views up.
I was clicked on it, but I was driving.
Yeah. Yeah, good avoidance there. So basically what happened was I definitely haven't been told by Bandai, Viz, and Shueisha to gauge what people in the Naruto community want to see from a possible spinoff. And I definitely will not be going to Japan in a week here to present the results. But if I was hypothetically going, what was that?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was like, is he being sarcastic? Like, yeah, I had to catch on to what you was doing. Sorry.
Yeah. No, but if I was hypothetically doing that,
Right.
the video was to ask what the community wanted in terms of a Naruto spinoff, and then to go vote in my community poll because I can use X amount of votes in my community poll to hypothetically, present to Kishimoto what a good spinoff would be. But that's hypothetical. I just have information. I'm an information hoarder, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
if it was just up to me, hypothetically, if it was a spinoff, written by Masashi Kishimoto, the GOAT, of course. It
Yeah.
would be canon. And of course, that spinoff, in my personal opinion, would possibly be the 16-year time skip of course, the end of Shippuden.
Thanks for not gathering information from creators of Naruto projects that have no chance. Wait, thanks for not gathering information from creators of Naruto projects that have no chance of being made. Thanks for not gathering. Oh, thank you, Joey. I was like, I had to think of the sarcasm.
That would be fire.
See, well, I've always been a big fan. That's the reason we use the Minato thumbnails, because that's what the general public, I feel like, has been crying out for the longest time. Has been like, we need like the second and third, like we need like, because that's the real blank period, is the second and third Great Shinobi World Wars. Like, we understand that like Sakamo Hatake was in the second Great Shinobi World War, but like, think of some of the timelines that come out of the second and third Great Shinobi World War. Sakamo Hatake becomes the White Fang. Granny Chiyo is in her peak years, poisoning people. Tsunade is countering the poisons. Jiraiya and Orochimaru and Tsunade are on the battlefield fighting against Hanzo the Salamander, who comes into combat against people like Mifune from the Land of Iron. Minato's rise to fame, the third Great Shinobi World War, where he kills 1,000 Iwa Shinobi. Then there's a built-in love story with Kushina. There's a logical ending with his death. We get a closer look into Kushina as a Jinchuriki, Mito as a Jinchuriki, the fall of the Uzumaki clan, which happens in that timeline. There's just so many things that happen in that 25-ish year span that could be covered with Minato's life. That would be huge. But you're absolutely right. Doing a blank period like animation would be incredible as well, because we already have so much existing IP during the time, like the big time skip, like Kakashi Hiden, which is a year after the war arc, where he's like confronting coming into like the role of Hokage. There's Gaara Hiden, where he's trying to find love. There's Sakura Hiden, where she's like fighting against basically Nine Tails Jinchuriki. So like, there's so much information already that they could just animate to flesh out. And that's why I thought Sasuke Retsudan should have been like the start, like the logical start of a light novel animation series, where they would do anthological, like episodic, like 12 episode series from each of the light novels. And that way we could flesh out like in anime, because like nobody's reading the light novels, because where are the pretty pictures? Like, to show people that like the blank period is actually not so blank.
Yeah, to be honest, both of them, in my personal opinion, would be a very good idea to potentially, hypothetically animate if you were hypothetically going to Japan and actually hypothetically.
Yeah. If I hypothetically had the biggest moment of my entire content creation career, presenting in front of like the Viz CEO, but like, yeah, hypothetically. Yeah.
We're just dreaming here.
Yeah.
I think both of them would go crazy. The difference, however, is I think the first one, around like the second and third Great Shinobi World War, I think that right there would capture a lot of the OG Naruto fan base. And I think the Boruto one, or not really the Boruto one, but 16-year time skip, I think that right there could possibly attract the let's say more Boruto core audience, but possibly a newer core audience that's like kind of a lot more familiar with like some of the newer stuff in animes. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, there could even possibly be a CGI scene in that potential hypothetical. So I wouldn't be surprised. But
a CGI scene? What do you mean?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, like, you consider my attention peaked.
All right, if there was ever a CGI scene, and this right here is my idea, it would have to be something big. Like, for example, like, this is hypothetical, because I'm pretty sure this right here probably wouldn't necessarily.
Well, you want Berserk 1997 here, or what?
Nah, but like, let's say hypothetically Naruto and Sasuke make the armored Ninetales. I forgot specifically what his name.
Majestic Attire Susanoo.
There it goes, Majestic Attire Susanoo.
Yeah.
That right there could potentially be like a huge CGI scene where it looks absolutely magnificent.
Thank you, Bengus, subscribing Prime. Sarah, tier 3. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Ara.
CGI scene.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I think we've seen Majestic Attire Susanoo done really well, and that was during the war arc. There's definitely times where we like looking back at Naruto's animations, I have to like cringe a little bit. But when you consider it was what the run finished in 2017, we got what we got. But yeah, that would be sick. And there is definitely some badass moments from the light novels. And even if you were animating the light novels from the blank period there, it's not even none of them are revolving around Boruto in the slightest. There's one about Shikamaru, there's one about Gaara, Sakura, there's two about Sasuke, I think there's two about Kakashi. There's one about Naruto. Like Naruto Retsudan is actually sick. Like it's like Naruto and Orochimaru are just like running amok, and like Orochimaru makes this set of Naruto and like Orochimaru makes this set of glasses that, and all this is canon because it exists in the light novels, but a set of glasses where if you look at somebody who has a dojutsu, you take their dojutsu, and now the glasses impart the dojutsu ability to you, and it seals the dojutsu ability from the person who you took it from. So he sat across the table from Hinata, took her Byakugan, imparted it in the glasses, and gave it to Naruto. Like, and then like Naruto had a Byakugan. So like
fire.
Yeah, exactly. So like there's like so many plot lines that have absolutely nothing to do with Boruto. So any light novel animation done outside of the confines of Boruto, I think would have tapped into the Naruto market. But making Sasuke Retsudan, I think, in Boruto has its own pros, but it has its own cons as well, because Boruto bangs in Japan. It's consistent. It's a top 10 anime in Japan, and that's what they give a shit about at the end of the day.
Yeah. They don't care about everywhere else.
Exactly. Like, and believe it or not, like Japan's a huge market for anime. Like, who would have thought?
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. And so like basically what their whole thing is like, by releasing this Sasuke Retsudan arc in Boruto, we're essentially releasing it to a established fan base. But I believe if they had gone outside of the confines of Boruto and just released Sasuke Retsudan as an anime, it may not have done as well, but it would have brought back Naruto, like OG Naruto fans to the fan base. Like, and they would be excited about more projects like that. Because think about it, like think about every other show right now. Think about Demon Slayer. Think about AOT. We get 12 episodes at a time, right? And then we wait a year and a half. In the case of AOT, we wait 7 years. And then when we're old and gray, we get part 14 of the final part of AOT. And we wait and we talk about it, and it blows up on Twitter every time it comes back. There's no reason to me that Naruto couldn't do that. Like they could just be like, hey, here's 12 episodes of light novel animation. We'll get the next one. We'll get Steam Ninja Scrolls out in a year and a half, you know, and we'll see you then. And like bring the Naruto community back every year when you're doing your light novel animation every year, and then maybe parlay that into animating new IP.
I like that idea quite a bit. And I think I generally agree with you. I think for me, I'm not really excited for the adaptation of, you know, something that was a novel, then a manga, and then now it's an anime. It's like, okay, we're doing the same thing.
Lucid, you're in the top 1% of my chat. Thank you so much. I am proud of you.
Sets, right? Like you said, maybe we can talk about Kakashi's father, or, Fugaku Uchiha. That's something I'm really interested in. Just take advantage of that Naruto market in the future, and I think that you're correct. You know, you want to meet that demographic with the Boruto series. I think they're like the #1 ranked anime. What is it? TV Tokyo.
Yeah,
I believe I watched that on For Neverworld's video. So yeah, no, absolutely. I'm all on board for that. I will say though, just overall for the Jump Festa, I mean, a little disappointing. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
A little disappointing. I was expecting a video game, perhaps maybe even a movie, or at bare minimum, you know, maybe a trailer for the up and coming Code arc. But instead, what I got was a key visual.
See, this is where you guys mess up at. Getting your expectations too high. Well, every year, people get their expectations.
Did you see though, bro? There was so many people there. They made a Susanoo. By the way, how the fuck were they doing that? Like there was like they were doing cool things. Like they were doing like really cool shit.
Bro, listen, they had me in chat up here putting our hands up here like we're sharing energy for a
spirit bomb. Yeah, I know.
We were hype, okay? And then the first scroll comes out, and then it's like some
popularity ranking. Yeah,
now that's cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I really do.
We're Jirobo's short manga coming in. Got vote for Jirobo. That's
All
me
you
and
need to
Swag.
know about
Everybody vote
Jirobo.
for Jirobo.
Yeah.
All you need to know about that character is that what did you say he named a shoulder?
Yeah,
tap? My God.
he said yeah, Earth style shoulder charge where he just literally hit somebody with his shoulder, and it was at that moment. It was at that moment I knew I needed a manga of this man. Yeah.
Wait. Where was the earth element applied in the shoulder tap?
Listen, he's made of carbon. You know, I don't know what to tell you, G. He's made of carbon.
I'm
God, to God, thank you for the tier 1. That's very nice of you.
It's Earth style. Whatever I do.
So is he like a Deepa before Deepa?
No, his whole thing was like he could make like an Earth style dome that sucked the chakra out of those who were in it. That was like, and it was like, oh, that's cool, I guess, you know. And it was great, man. And then Choji took the red pill and killed him. And since the red pill technically makes Choji 100 times stronger than he was in base form, people like CBR and like anime ranked, like those websites were like, well, if Choji was 100 times stronger than he was, that means Jirobo must be nearly as strong as like Naruto in Baryon mode or some shit like that. They're like, yeah, they're like getting Choji times 100 and he almost was beaten by Jirobo. Like, do you think Naruto's honestly 100 times stronger than Choji? And it's great. It's awesome to watch. So Jirobo, strongest person in fiction, gets their own spin-off manga. We just have to vote accordingly.
Yeah, definitely. I would love to see. I want to see that shoulder bump. That's what I'm interested in.
Oh yeah, just go. It's Sasuke retrieval arc, baby. Get on in there. And then back to your point though. And then the second announcement is a concert.
A concert.
Oh fuck!
No.
It's a Naruto concert in September.
You're going to
Explain that to me.
Japan.
Specifically, what's gonna be?
Yes,
in the
please elaborate.
It's 3 bands that have played. It's like the band that played "We Are Fighting," and then it's like I think it's like the people who did Bluebird, and then it's like one other, and they're doing like Naruto. It's like Naruto the Live, and it's September 8th of 2023, I believe, and it's just a concert for Naruto music, basically.
Okay.
All due respect.
Yeah.
All due respect.
Yeah,
All
that
due respect.
that crowd is gonna smell like a Old Spice concert, like an Old Spice commercial in waiting. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yo, man,
Yeah.
I'm sure it has its fan base. I'm sure it has its
Yeah,
the people.
when
that are
that-
excited.
Oh, I
It's a
thought
cool
about
idea, bro.
flying out. Like I'm still thinking about flying out for it. Like I'll be there, but like I'll be in the fucking pit. Like, are you kidding me? But like that's one of the jump. We have 3 Jump Festa announced pertaining to Naruto, and that's one of them.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think that should be on the stage at Jump Festa being announced at Jump Festa. But either way, I don't necessarily.
Professor always announces some idiotic stuff that they can just announce like randomly.
That's a tweet. That's a tweet. You know, like I don't like that's
it is.
throw that out there.
They always do this.
But the reason why this year I'm not necessarily too mad about this year's Jump Festa is because a lot of the other years of Jump Festa just hasn't been that good. It hasn't been this good. Like again, we got new arcs being announced. We got things coming from the novels to the anime. In the years past, all we got was like some voice actors like playing out a skit. Like that's all we got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's
this
why I'm
one,
like
not
expectations way
too
too high.
pissed
That's why I wasn't even
Yeah.
hyped about it.
Exactly. Expectations were way too high. I believe there was something a little bit earlier that happened that got my expectations way. Oh, the guest list for who was going to be speaking at Jump Fest, and it was all voice actors. So
Yeah.
immediately, like
You
my
knew.
expectations.
Yeah,
You
it
thought
wasn't
it was
like
last year?
Kishimoto or anybody. You were like, yeah, it's Boruto's voice actor. It's about to be
Hey.
some greatness.
Wait, what do you mean expectations too high though? Like I
Expectations
don't know.
being
I was
set too high.
expecting,
Bro,
I was
I-
expecting a little bit more than a key visual, some sketch art, and a concert I can attend. I don't know.
Mario just said the last time. What was the last Jump Festa? You just said what they did last Jump Festa. My bad. And I totally forgot what they
The
said
last
they
one
did.
in my mind is at least the one where we got that Kawaki trailer for the up and coming Kawaki arc. So I'm thinking at the
But that was the
ceiling,
last
our-
big one.
I'm
That was
thinking our ceiling is that we can at least get a cold trailer. Maybe see like Boruto going into like the
Hey, they ain't got it ready
tapping
yet,
into the
man.
power. Like that could have been deep.
They haven't-
ain't ready yet.
Bro, they're too busy on their 76th straight anime canon episode. All right, they cooking that up. They have no time for code.
They got no time.
Bro,
Let 'em
No
cook.
time.
Bro, I feel like I gave my chakra for no damn reason at all.
I feel like my chakra was
Chakra wasted.
misappropriated.
I know, give it back.
Yeah.
Give it back to me.
so I mean, so we didn't get an announcement about the time skip. We didn't get announcement about. I mean, we got Sasuke Retsudan anime announcement. I don't even know. I didn't hear this code arc announcement. When did you guys hear this?
They announced it for February of next year, but
Got
they
you.
did hint at a time skip.
Oh, they did.
I actually
What
know
did they
when it's
say?
coming, but legally I can't say when it's coming. I was just hoping everybody else would get to know when it's coming.
Oh, so you really linked in like that?
Oh yeah, I've known the Sasuke Retsudan announcement for like 2 weeks now.
Okay.
Yeah, the second Viz knew I knew.
So, all right, so now
This guy's
everything is
LinkedIn.
being in a different frame now. Since you said that the Jump Festa wasn't that good, it leads me to believe that Boruto now has some announcements that you believe.
Bro,
will
you just
possibly make
jumped
this
over the
Jump
fact that
Festa
my
even
guy
better.
got the drop on when the time skip is happening.
I, I already knew. Well, I already accepted that, and I moved on to the
Yeah,
next
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Because he can't tell us.
One
so
step
why-
forward.
why-
Yeah,
why
I
you-
signed
yeah,
an
it's-
NDA.
Yeah,
I just wanted everybody else to know.
Yeah, so my deductive reasoning is leading me to believe that NC knows some things that Boruto has in the chamber that they didn't necessarily announce at Jump Festa, which leads NC to believe that this Jump Festa wasn't as good as it should have been, which leads me to believe that Boruto probably has some announcements coming in the future.
Yo, what the thing that like threw me off about Jump Festa, like you know how everybody always have like their guesses of what's going to be announced and stuff like that, and they like make the little rumors. Did y'all hear about Boruto was supposed to be staged in the Infinite Tsukiyomi, and they was going to announce
So
that at Jump
stupid.
Festa? That was like a big thing.
so
I
fucking
kept
dumb.
hearing that.
It's so
Yeah,
good.
that was the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I was like, if that was
Oh.
really true, wouldn't that be something that they would leave for the end of the story? Like that's
Also,
Exactly, yeah.
it's because one kid made a really good edit where it was like a bunch of cuts from Naruto. It was like I think they might have paid Madara's voice actor to be like, "Is that what you dreamed of, Naruto?" And it's like the infinite Tsukiyomi eye. It was a TikTok edit. It did like 5 million views. It was sick, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is what the Naruto announcement's gonna be." And I was like, "Do you think in
that's where
Naruto's
it came from.
in Naruto's infinite Tsukiyomi dream, Sasuke loses an eye and Kurama fucking dies? Like what?
I didn't even think about it like that.
Bro,
That's supposed to be like
Naruto's
their-
son got his back blown out in front of him. What part of the Tsukiyomi dream would that be exactly?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh man, bro!
I
don't
originally
have
heard
no
something
comment.
like this after like the first 50 or so episodes of Boruto, and that's when people were like, "Yo, why is Boruto so boring?" They start to wish that this was like the GT version of Naruto.
Yeah,
and
make it
then
not
make
canon.
series. Yeah, so I don't necessarily think that that'll probably happen anytime soon. If it does happen, just like what Free Game said, it'll possibly be at the later stages of Boruto once everything is actually fleshed out. I don't necessarily see them devaluing the story when there's so much things to come. Boruto being a teenager, Kawaki betraying Naruto and Boruto, and of course other Otsutsuki members coming. I don't necessarily think that they just do away with all that potential revenue, all that potential money, all that potential attention, just to like stop it right now.
Listen, when the Ishiki arc happened, everybody came back to Boruto. Everybody was like, "Oh, y'all sleeping on Boruto." It was like 4 years ago. It was incredible. And then obviously we've been in anime canon hell since. But I genuinely think when we do get to the code arc, it's gonna be relatively like it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be an adjustment because the code arc is gas. It is legitimately very good. It's all of you are reading it. The introduction of Shibai Otsutsuki, like all of it is like there's like big implications. I recently clickbaited a video on my YouTube channel where I was like, Itachi's coming back to life, just so I could explain what the fuck Shibai Otsutsuki was. And so I think there is going to be a correction coming back to Boruto here in a little bit when the code arc does happen, which I think is going to be after Sasuke Retsudan. So it should be, 8 weeks after January is going to be February-ish. Yeah, like late February. So I think we're gonna have a correction. I think once the code arc happens, once Ada's introduced, Daemon's introduced, I think it's gonna be very interesting to see people come back.
Yeah, and specifically with this arc as well, I talk about this in my videos as well. I mean, this is going to be very different
W.
from the last time that that the Boruto manga came to the Boruto anime just because of the sheer fact that they're now beginning in the middle of conflict. Like it's not necessarily, of course, that like Ishiki Otsutsuki isn't attacking or anything like that, but they left off right before Code got the intel from Ishiki Otsutsuki that he died. They left off right before Kawaki showed us that he got his white karma seal. They left off right before Code essentially went to go unlock Ada and Damon. So there's a bunch of stuff that's gonna happen right
Yeah.
after the arc starts to be adapted into the anime.
Mhm. And there's a lot going on in the anime right now. Like it's like Ada and Boruto and Kawaki are living together in a hype house. They're somehow farming a romance between Kawaki and Ada. Sarada has somewhat officially admitted her feelings for Boruto, the same as the class rep. So it's officially a harem anime, which is huge for all of us. But yeah, there's a lot going on in Boruto right now that's actually like a lot of fun. I just don't understand. My thing is like, currently, as the Boruto manga stands right now, I don't understand how Code is a threat. That's my thing.
Code hasn't been in the last 3 chapters.
Code hasn't been in the last 3 chapters?
Yeah, the last 3 chapters of Boruto. Well, counting this next one, which hasn't necessarily come out yet, but
Yeah.
after this, the last 4 chapters, he hasn't been in. So, which leads me to believe that he's probably trying to find some way to become an Otsutsuki member and build his character to become a villain of note.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. But as of right now, the Boruto writers, they haven't gave us any idea, any inclination. They haven't even gave us 1 page out of what 4 times 4. Well, that's 1,600 pages we got in the past 4 months.
Yeah.
Like, so nothing.
I think there might be like an arms race
Or
for
160.
Ishiki Otsutsuki's like genetics, almost like Hashirama Senju Cell,
Mm.
where we know in Boruto chapter 75, Amato explains, hey, this is how I gave them power.
Yeah, it was like Shibai cells. Yeah.
Exactly. So, and then he mentions like there's multiple abilities and so on and so forth.
Mm.
He goes on to explain, you know, Ada and Damon and Code. I do believe that Code. I don't think based upon the dialogue in chapter 75, he doesn't necessarily say Code got the claw mark from Shibai. He just simply said Code's claw marks are Shinjutsu. So I'm curious to see like there's a part of me that says, okay, well Shibai, if he was a viable sacrifice to the Ten Tails, then if Code knows about him, he would have used him, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that he doesn't would suggest to me that maybe there's not enough of the genetic material to be used in that respect. But it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole soul ascending thing is probably the issue. Like the fact that Shibai Otsutsuki's soul exists in a different plane of existence is probably why he's not viable as a sacrifice to become a Ten Tails and all that, or to become a God Tree and all that. But did you guys like that explanation from Amato? Did you guys like the introduction of Shinjutsu and like, oh, all ninjutsu is a hollow facsimile of Shinjutsu? Because I think honestly it kind of, and this is something that's happened with Boruto previously, but it kind of retcons a lot of things. It retcons basically the explanation of that we have of how ninjutsu was created. Like with Hagoromo going around handing out ninshu, and then everybody like combining ninshu with their spiritual energy to make chakra that's molded into ninjutsu. But it also, to me at least, opens up a lot of very interesting questions. Like possibly like there's a video in the works right now that Orochimaru is actually an Otsutsuki, and the reason that he's trying to collect all of the ninjutsu information is so that he can recreate Shinjutsu. But did you guys like that explanation?
I think that it added an extra layer to that story. I think it built upon it. I kind of liked it. Like it's just like I understand what you're saying.
Daemon
like you
cannot
said,
solo
retcons things, but
Shibai.
in a way it doesn't.
Shibai has
It's just,
Daemon's ability.
How does it retcon it? Out of curiosity.
I mean, it's not necessarily a retcon. It's just it's a different explanation, because I would figure, right? So we know that things that like Ishiki's dojutsu ability, like Code's claws, Ada's Senrigan, and a couple of other things are Shinjutsu. And does that mean Ashal Killing Bone is a Shinjutsu? Does that mean that True Secret Orbs are a Shinjutsu? And if they are a Shinjutsu, why was that never really like brought up with Kaguya and Hagoromo? And then when Hagoromo started to see people use ninjutsu, like why was he surprised by it? Like wouldn't he understand like that would apply, like that we would get to that like somehow, because technically all the humans created are roughly partly Otsutsuki, because most of them come from Kaguya in some degree. So it's not really a retcon. It's just it's an additional wrinkle to the story of how ninjutsu was created that I find very curious.
I do think technically it's a retcon. So I think I agree there.
Yeah.
But more so for me, when I think about it, it's like when you translate it, it's the divine art. And I always say this: how can something be divine absent of the divine?
Hi, Six. Yes, I did get a new camera. I got a Sony A7.
In many people. Going going back to the Kagura clan with Kimimaru, the
Mhm.
bones, Kekkei Genkai.
Shikatsu
For
Miyaku.
me, I well, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's my job.
For
Yeah.
for me, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well, if I'm looking at that, I think percentages matter here, right? Like, sometimes the blood can get, well, definitely the blood will be diluted, so maybe that divinity is
Mhm.
kind of gone, right? I think pretty much past Indra and Ashura's generation, I think I would kind of remove that divinity label. And I think it's the difference between like Boruto forming a Rasengan now as a pure Otsutsuki and like Jiraiya forming a Rasengan. Which
Mhm.
one's Shinjutsu? Well, I think Boruto's would be because there's a divine element at play.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way that Shinjutsu was explained is like as divine miracles, right? And Shibai's able to create storms with like with his hand and like call down lightning with a mighty roar, which is very similar to things that we've seen from the Ten Tails. Because like it said that the Ten Tails like basically terraformed the earth, right? And the Ten Tails, like by emotional swings, it was such a grouping of malignant natural chakra that it basically created the entirety of the earth. So I think it's interesting. I would just love to see it tied in somehow because I'm a lore nerd. Like how did Hagoromo not think that people would get to ninjutsu and all of these kinds of things? So I don't think it's necessarily a retcon. It's a very interesting like wrinkle, and it's something that Boruto does a lot. Is they add those interesting wrinkles.
I think particularly with that little flashback.
Yeah, I was sipping syrup. Thank you for the gift of tier 1 to
Hagoromo
6, sir. I
and
appreciate that.
Developing ninjutsu. I think mostly for Hagoromo, I feel like he thought ninshu would have been like the prevailing ideology that would have spread across the generations, and people would have had an understanding that is for the purposes of connecting people, not combat. And
Yeah.
then through the development of ninjutsu, I think maybe he saw the utility of it in helping his acolytes utilize chakra in the way that they can't naturally, that he can. But I think also in that flashback, Indra says, yes, I did do this, but I'm also very fearful that it will become a weapon, which it inevitably did, and mostly because
Yeah.
of him. So it's all really fascinating stuff. But I'm curious to see what you guys think about that.
Well, me personally, I don't necessarily think that Hagoromo actually gave people ninjutsu. I mean,
No,
I
he gave
know,
them ninshu.
yeah, he didn't necessarily give them ninju. I think that he just taught people how to actually use it.
Use their innate chakra. That's what I thought
Yeah,
too.
yeah, and
But
again,
Kaguya came to get her chakra back though, so I don't know about that one.
Yeah, so how it happens is Hagoromo goes across the world trying to spread ninshu. And chakra is two elements. It's the combination of spiritual and physical energy. And ninshu is the spiritual energy. So essentially, ninshu it's closer to senjutsu than anything. But it's like he wanted to tap all of humanity and all living creatures into like a higher plane of existence, kind of. And so by spreading ninshu and tapping everybody into that spiritual realm, eventually humans started to blend that ninshu with their physical own energy, and that created chakra, which they then molded into ninjutsu and genjutsu and all that.
I think maybe how you can explain it is just like what you said. It sounds like to me that's Hagoromo trying to elevate these like mortals
Yeah.
To a higher plane, and then they took something that he was trying to do and they perverted it.
Yeah.
And then they created ninjutsu from that, and then they kind of branched off into this whole different path. So I think maybe that can kind of tie into it being a ripoff of Shinjutsu arts, but ultimately, and I think this is an interesting perspective. You look at Amato; he's very much so intelligent as a human being, but the way he talks about the gods, and
Colts
the
Vikings is
Otsutsuki and
absolutely going to be a
divine
blowout.
heroes
That's why I'm not
and
watching it right now.
gods and all this stuff. It's almost like I don't want to get too much into religion, but it seems like to me, people back in ancient times, the sun has
Kraken, thank you for the membership for 5 months. I appreciate that.
in Egypt, right? You have to be very careful about stuff like that. Although he's very intelligent, I think that his intelligence can cover maybe some more of his religious beliefs, because I don't think the Otsutsuki are gods. Maybe Shibai when he transcends, but they have technology. That's what they have. The Karma Seal was explained to be technology.
Yeah.
And that turtle that travels through time is technology. So to me, I don't think they're gods. I just think they're very
Advanced?
very advanced. Exactly, very advanced species. So,
But that's like if
approaching it from
aliens
that-
came to Earth. Like, I'm sorry to cut you off. It's like aliens came to Earth like back in 1,000 years ago. If they came and they had like technology the people never seen before and stuff like that, people would praise them as gods. So like that's
Yeah.
kind of like the comparison there. I just wanted to throw that in.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
the
just
real
be
question. Oh,
really
sorry.
careful with that though. Oh, no, you're fine.
Yeah, I guess the real question is what is your interpretation of God within the confines of Boruto? Is obviously like if somebody's able to transcend their bodily being and then transcend like through dimensions, like create storms with a wave of a hand, like call down lightning. Like the fact that okay, I guess the best example of what God would be represented is in Naruto and Boruto would be Hagoromo. And Hagoromo has the sword of Nanabuko, which is said to have created Earth. And also hold the power of which to destroy it.
This guy is broken.
Yeah. Hagoromo. I mean, Hagoromo is also like post death. He got stronger. He now exists in the Pure Lands, infinitely powered, creation of all things.
So did Hagoromo transcend death then too, just like this Shibai Otsutsuki dude?
Yeah. So in the same way as Shibai Otsutsuki, Hagoromo exists in a separate pocket dimension. Powered by the Pure Lands, which is insane because that means he's infinitely he has infinite chakra. And considering the fact that he is creation of all things, that means he can if he has enough chakra, he can make whatever he wants from his imagination, like he's Nagi but permanent. So he can make anything he wants. He has a weapon that created Earth. Like, to what degree is that not God? So he's an Otsutsuki who also reached godhood. Though not through the means of not through the means of Shibai, which I also find very interesting because it said that Shibai consumed like thousands of planets of chakra fruits, and like completed karmic reincarnation multiple times. Yet Hagoromo did it in one life cycle. So what happens?
So for me, I think there's a distinction between a character doing seemingly godly acts, and you have to again view it from the perspective of the person who's calling it, right? We're talking from the human perspective. Creating storms or whatnot can be perceived as some godly thing.
Naruto is not Boruto's father. Then who is?
No, it's not really.
He's blonde and he uses the Rasengan. Is it Minato?
With technology.
Just look at Alice, IRL. We have like CRISPR technology, and we can kind of
that's what it's called.
I used to work in CRISPR.
What?
Yeah.
What the hell?
I worked in CRISPR. I was cancer research.
Oh, that's what's up.
Thank you for your work, my friend.
Yeah. Now I talk about anime for a living, so I guess I don't give me too many props. I was a scientist, and I was like, damn, this anime shit paying, and then I stopped saving lives.
Wait, dang. So anime pays more than science?
Wow. Oh yeah. No, anime pays like 5 to 6 times more than science.
The fact that you went into the field. The fact that you went into the
YouTube.
field to begin with, it tells me about your character. So there's that.
I'll take that.
I'll praise you for that.
I'll take that. That's all that matters. Yeah, I have a master's in biochemistry that I completely wasted. Yeah,
I mean, you can't say that you wasted it.
No, it's not a waste. Yeah, at least
you're highly intelligent, bro. Like, so I don't think it's a waste.
If this shit hey, listen, if this shit falls through, I can always go back. That's my thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You got a fallback plan always, so I don't think it was a waste at all, bro.
If I ever get caught like simping for like Ada or something, I get canceled, then I'll just go straight back to science, baby.
Oh no.
Hey, they're gonna what's his name? EDP you.
Yeah.
They're going to EDP, my boy, MC Hammer off of some Ada.
real quick though, just tying back into Free Game's question a little bit. I don't think Hagoromo transcended, obviously not in the exact same way. Like NC has said, this dude had a different method in which he did it. I think it is different, but I do think Hagoromo can be viewed as the exception, not the rule, because he does possess these types of abilities.
Is that better,
I
chat?
would deem as godly. Again,
is that better, chat?
But I suspect that
can you guys hear him better now?
To view things from, the higher up you go.
That's kind of a me problem, honestly. All right, cool.
Plateaus that you reach, it may not be godly at all. I mean, from the perspective of like the ramen man. I mean, my God, that must be something immaculate.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He said the ramen man.
Yeah,
I mean, when you put it,
we have to figure out specifically what the definition of God is for Naruto.
When you put it in that aspect, though, like
the Sage of Six Bowls, baby.
Sage of Six Bowls. I like how you put it, Mello. Like, when you want to tie it into like religion, like people believe there's one way to heaven, but then you have people who believe there's multiple ways to heaven. So maybe in the Naruto series, there's not just one way to reach godhood. Maybe you don't have to do it the way that Shibai did. Maybe it's different routes to reach that godhood that Shibai reached. But Shibai is more like Naruto and Boruto. Like it's really based on Eastern mythology, and it's a lot of Buddhism
Yeah.
into Boruto. So if you really like pay attention to what they're doing to Shibai, he's just doing what the Buddhists practice. You're going to reincarnate over and over again until you reach perfection or reach enlightenment.
Nirvana, yeah.
And that's in Nirvana. There you go. So
Yeah.
that's basically what Shibai did.
But
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
the other Otsutsuki though, right? Like Momoshiki, Kinshiki, Urshiki. Like these, like
Right.
Urshiki is getting folded by like Ginny. Like if
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
what we're calling gods. I mean, I'm not too impressed. So like, I mean, for me,
My man
like,
got
I'm
folded
thinking,
by his own ability and a frog mouth.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's a tough
we
look.
literally have a child.
Shibai is, he just got
out there, like,
introduced.
riding
He
people,
is
like-
the
like-
god
like-
of the
like, I don't know
Otsutsuki.
what. I'm gonna leave that one alone. We're gonna move away from that.
Oh
But
man, y'all killing me today.
Damon's a monster,
Cyborg,
but he
though. He's a
surpasses these supposed gods. So I'm
Y'all
like,
killing
okay,
me
well, if
today.
they are gods, they clearly have some kind of hierarchy, and you must be at the bottom of the totem pole because they seem more like parasitic aliens to me, to be honest. But
Yeah. But this
But that
is
might be
absolutely
what
a side
God's
note.
doing in Naruto. They might just have a different definition. It might just be a higher being. You feel me? Like it might be
Yeah.
something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and I think that's the goal of every Otsutsuki, right? Is to become God, like is to eat enough chakra fruits that you literally become God. And that's why the goal of every Otsutsuki is exactly what Shibai has accomplished. Side note here, though, I do have a signed poster from the American voice actor of Teiuchi, the ramen man. So just wanna throw that out there. I saw him I saw him at a con. His name's Lex Lang, and I was like, oh my god, the Sage of Six Bowls. And for
You got the Ramen Man's autograph?
and for some reason, bro,
You are legendary.
Well, so he also voiced Ghetto in JJK and then Goku in one of the dubs of Super.
really?
Yeah, for some reason
of Super?
yeah, of Super.
Okay.
When Chris Sabat
The
was
Ramen Man?
but then
Bro,
but he didn't
the
have any
Ramen Man
pictures
is
of
transcending-
Teiuchi. And I was like, bro, I need you to sign a picture of Teiuchi.
The Ramen Man played Goku, bro. I didn't know this, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, we gotta have you on the pod more often. I'm telling you, bro.
Tapped in.
Bro,
Tapped into the
he
meta
got
here.
the- My guy got the Ramen Man's autograph, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
how long
signed,
we've been,
sealed, and delivered. You already know.
bruh?
Lex Lang, look him up. That's the I had to get it. I had to get the Sage of Six Bowl. So I had him sign a Goku. I had him sign a
Sage of
Goku
Six
poster
Bowls.
as Teiuchi. Yeah, the Sage of Six Bowls, baby. Only way to do it. So do you
I have
guys?
a question for you.
Do you have this
Yeah, go ahead.
poster when you on video? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Mel.
Yeah, I do. I have it. I have it right. It's nailed up, but I have it. I'll show you here.
I'm gonna check it on you next week, bro.
I wanna
Oh,
see
you got to grab it? Oh yeah, definitely. I'll share the
check
screen.
out the stream.
I'll share
Oh,
it for
I had him
everybody.
sign. I had him sign this one right here. It's a Goku poster, but it says Nick, train hard, eat well,
Hold on.
be strong,
And see,
Lex Lang. So
we
Teiuchi.
our audience can't see it unless they go on your stream. Can you share your screen real quick?
All right, I'm back. What's going on?
Huh? Oh, can you share your screen? Like turn on your camera real quick so I can share it
Oh,
on
yeah,
for-
I got you.
for
I
our-
got you. Yep, share my screen.
for our audience so they can
Oh, there's gonna be
the
layers.
poster real
There's
quick?
gonna be layers to this shit real quick.
Or we can like just link your page and they can like check it out.
Yeah, no, here I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. I'm like here.
All right, cool.
I shared my screen. All right, I'll show it off. Let me get my bag here.
Hold up. Let me go to the right window capture.
NC, bro.
The office
Not
is
you
taking
with
some
the-
recent changes. This one was acquired at I think it was AnimeCon. But yeah, so it's Goku. It's signed to Nick. You know,
see this thing.
train hard, eat well, be strong, Lex Lang. But
Hold up. I gotta transform this real quick. There's so much freaking things I have to do.
That
to Make
transform.
stuff work on a new
NC.
pod.
I'm proud of
My
you.
man.
What's going on?
What's with your YouTube, man?
What do you mean what's
why
with
don't
my
you have-
YouTube?
Why don't you have the nighttime feature? Okay, what is up? What is
Am
up?
I getting judged? Because I stopped working at 8. That's why.
Bro, I am blinded by the light here. Like, what is
Blinded by the light. This is my coffee in the morning. I get a straight shot of 400 lumens to the eyeballs.
Oh, you have it framed. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I do it, bro. That's the only way to do it. I don't even drink caffeine. I just take straight blue light to the fucking eyeballs. I don't even know you could add straight up. Did not even know you could do light mode or dark
Hey,
mode.
can you show me one more time? Because I
think you do
just
that
got it to
too.
pop up on a
Yeah,
page
of course.
for everybody to see. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, they're good. Let's go chatting Naruto. Boom. You see it? You see my face?
No, I see your YouTube. Oh yeah, I see your face. so small.
My face is in the YouTube.
Let me make it full. Let me make it full screen. There you go. Hopefully they can see it. Let's see the poster real quick one more time.
Yeah, I can also go Otaku's Anonymous. Bam. This is me and Lex. This is me and Teuchi right here. This was a recent addition to the studio. The studio's been hectic. I also got a 1/4 size Saber that I haven't shown off yet. She's big as hell.
Okay. Yeah, I see it now.
Bigger than
Man,
Itachi.
Now, I see the poster now. It's giving us a lag because I think I'm watching your stream.
Oh yeah,
I think you're playing your stream.
Naruto,
Yeah, so it's a lag.
YouTube's thing is awful, man.
Yeah, it's a lag. So,
Yeah.
Bro,
while you're
you
talking,
said saber, I'm like, yo, you mean lightsaber? But I think you're talking about like the Fate.
As in Saber from from Fate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. The only Saber I care about.
I was like, a fellow Star Wars fan, but not.
Nah, no. Why would I care?
Wow.
Yo, Yamazaki, welcome to Joni. Thank you.
How dare you, sir?
Listen.
You need to come
Andor's
over to the dark side.
Andor's the greatest show we've ever got. I don't care, bro. If it's not animated, I'm not watching it. If it's not, I watch 3 non-animated shows a year, okay? And that goes Peaky Blinders, The Boys, and then I have a floating third. That's it.
Okay.
A floating third. What's the floating third? You can't just leave.
Well, if something big comes out, like if One Piece live action comes out, and I need to watch it to absolutely House of the Dragon. There we go. That was my floating third this year. And then when it comes back in 17 years, I'll watch season 2.
Hey, listen,
what about
man.
the World Cup? At least the World Cup. What's the problem?
I watched the World Cup until America got eliminated.
I watched it until Brazil got eliminated. So
no. When the U.S. was out, when it stopped being called soccer, that's when I got out. When it stopped, when freedom wasn't being spread on the soccer pitch, I was done. I was done, bro.
This guy's crazy.
I was in a.
Did you get into Peaky Blinders?
I got it in like season 1. Oh, I'm done. I'm caught up.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll catch up with you then.
Yeah. No, it's incredible.
It's really good.
Yeah, so good. It's absolutely. I love it so much. Fucking what's his name?
I love that time period. I think that guy played the Scarecrow in one of the
He did. I'm trying to think of it. Cillian Murphy. He's like one of the most talented actors on earth. I adore him.
Brilliant.
Yeah. But no, the U.S. versus England game was one of the best moments of my life. I was at a bar, 11 a.m., just like hammered, just screaming out, just calling people Brits. And just like yelling, it's called.
That was definitely an event, bro. U.S. versus Britain, bro, in the World Cup. That's an event,
bro. It was the Boston Tea Party all over again. We tied their asses so goddamn hard. Oh my god, we tied their asses.
Yeah, facts. Want that? I know some of the non-U.S. fans might not necessarily understand the deep-seated beef that we got with the UK, and of course us celebrating a tie. But Britain literally created the game of soccer. I'm not even gonna call it football because they started calling it soccer at first, then changed it to football. But that's besides. What they called it soccer too, but they created it, and for us to tie literally years later, it's like. Imagine if we go over there and they tie us in basketball. Impossible.
Oh my god.
Impossible.
They got some 5'10" buck-toothed white man playing center up against God knows who. Up against
anybody.
Yeah, you got Zion Williamson jumping over 6 dudes at once. And just fucking Jesus Christ.
Bam Adebayo, John Morant, Stephen Curry, LeBron James. Like, what are they gonna do with that?
And cross you out of your moccasins there. Put the tea back in the. But no. That's vile. I have British fans. I appreciate you. All right, you guys keep
Shout out to the Brits.
Yeah, you guys keep the dentistry practice alive. Listen, we need you.
Without
you, how would dentists be millionaires?
I got love for my British.
The light shade, bro. The light shade that he throws.
Listen, we need you guys.
He does it so.
Without you guys, how would surgeons know how to fix knife wounds? All right, that's we need the Brits. We need the Brits.
Yo, this guy's gonna get his team.
Don't worry. It's like actually no. It's I'm used to streaming. I'm used to streaming much later in the day. Britton is very much awake right now.
Oh, that's
I'm streaming at like 3 and it's usually 2 a.m. at Britton. No, I love Britain. I do. I love
man.
London. It's great. It's a
Yo.
great city.
But getting back into board, so since we're getting the cold arc adapted, what do you guys think, like as far as like anime filler? You know, there's going to be more episodes that they add in. It's not going to be strictly manga. What would you like them to explain and like flesh out more as far as in the cold arc?
I think they have the formula already, don't they? Like they have like like if you're doing Sasuke Retsunan and like if you're focusing on these arcs, like don't give me another arc about Kawaki trying to become a shinobi. Like nobody, like I'm sorry, but nobody cares. Like I just like there's no like I don't need to he's going around having like mid-Genin feats while meanwhile he's coming up into combat against Code in the manga, having light speed feats using Ishiki's dojutsu ability, like fighting against Daemon, like, and meanwhile like he's getting jumped by Kunai in the anime canon. And I'm like, the inconsistency in power scaling and storytelling here, like don't give me that. Like just animate light novels. Give me Steam Ninja Scrolls again. I don't care. I'll watch it. Like and like give me Sasuke Retsudan. Give me like go flashback and be like, put Sakura in like a precarious situation and be like, this reminds me of when I was in X position. And it's like her in Sakura Heated. Like there's so many ways to tap into like 12 episode arcs about like the blank period where like we could be giving Sakura finally her roses. Like she has like incredible feats in light novels, especially in Sasuke Retsudan, which people are about to see, which I'm really excited about. But we gotta give these people their roses because there's cool stuff. Like there's a whole story about how Kakashi like captured a taken over blimp and figured out how to use purple lightning and like based off of Madara's techniques in the first light novel in the blank period. So like that's what I want.
Yeah, 1000%. I kind of agree with you there as well. I mean, with these next upcoming chapters being adapted, there's going to be about what 20 chapters, give or so, 55 to 56. I personally believe that if they really want to run through the whole thing, this whole thing could possibly be like caught up in about 30 episodes. So for it to like span out, for it to like not necessarily be like too quick, they have to add in some of those anime cans, and for them to actually adapt some of the novels in between, I wouldn't necessarily mind. Now, specifically in regards to like some of the anime filler that could possibly span from the actual manga content. I mean, there's like a lot. I mean, first things first.
Except that one TikTok.
We need to
one
actually
TikTok?
see Kawaki get his.
I accept Mr. James. You're totally fine, Lord Flexner. Welcome back.
We never got that in the manga, and I understand they want to say, "Hey, they want a surprise. They want it to be a surprise. Kawaki's gonna get."
Should I be looking forward to Undead Unlock? I don't even know what that is.
Like to this day, we never seen a model actually give this man his karma seal back. And not only that, Sasuke, when he's going ghost on these missions, it's like we never see him in the manga. For example, a couple of chapters ago, when again Boruto got his back blown out, Sasuke was nowhere to be found. He was supposedly investigating Code's lair.
Yeah, he was in the Land of Snow. Yeah.
I want to see that mission. I want to see it. Like I want to see what Sasuke was doing. How did he find out the intel that he got? And of course, what was the tracks and tribulations? Did he fight anybody? A bunch of stuff that I want to see. So those things, in my personal opinion, for anime filler, could definitely be interesting alongside the novels as well.
And there's already a precedent for that because we got the Sasuke light novel animated where he finds the Ketsugurigan, the Ketsurigan, and you know, like there's the whole like underground fighting ring and like in the last like 10 or so episodes of Naruto. And that was really cool. And people were a bit confused as to why I was thrown in. They were just trying to get the episode 500. But like so the precedent for like Sasuke being out there on missions, like getting animated, already exists. And I think that's why we're getting Sasuke Retsudan, is because people liked it the first time. And people like Sasuke's like what, the third or fourth favorite character in the entirety of Naruto. So like, of course people are
not yours though.
No. He's like 488th, I think, on the list. And so what's crazy though is like he's probably, I don't know, it's either gonna be Itachi or Kakashi who ends up winning that popularity contest, I think. And so I think it'd be cool to see a little like a short manga drawn by Kishimoto. I'm just hoping it's not Sasuke because we have that, you know, that exists. But outside of that, we also have like, and while Naruto anime has touched on it previously, Itachi has 2 light novels written about him. And I think there would be I think it could be very easily like, you know how Sarada's always questioning about Itachi and she's like trying to find the history of the Uchiha clan and all of that.
Doesn't Sasuke figure out how Itachi got sick? Well, not got sick, or like how he actually died in the Itachi novel? It was like he's taking some medicine or some pills or something like that.
Yeah, you're talking about
side
Naruto.
effects of.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Naruto Jin.
Naruto's.
It's
Okay.
Naruto Jin Raiden, the Howling Wolf Village.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I
it's
forgot what
right
novel
after
I
he
read.
kills Itachi, and he goes to the Howling Wolf Village, and he
Hmm.
like finds the medicine. Also, really good light novel. That would be incredible. So
That's
like,
amazing. I love it. I love
yeah.
it. Yeah.
So there's so many different
I
ways that
forgot which one it
Sarada
was.
could get played. Like it could like here, I'll tell you the story of Itachi and the massacre of your clan. And like people would love that because it goes deeper into Itachi's death. You see Shisui's battle against Danzo. You see why Shisui was able to get jumped by Danzo. You see how Itachi actually awoke his MS. He had to kill Shisui. So yeah, there's a lot of things they could jump into.
Do you think that, like you bring up Sarda, do you think that we'll see Tarda? I called her Tarda. You think you think we'll see Sarda get her third Tomo in this Code arc
I
in
think
the
she
anime?
she
Since
kind of has to, right? Like think about
right,
how
yeah.
fast things are moving beyond
Hmm.
Sarada. And like and I think one of my biggest qualms with Naruto, like the universe as a whole, is like the fact that like the women haven't been nearly as strong as they should be. Like Sakura is arguably like currently probably one of the strongest people in the village, and really the only time we get to see her shine is Sakura Hiden, Sasuke Retsuda, unfortunately, and then in the Shin Uchiha arc. So see, I would love to see Sarada get upgraded because she wants to be the Hokage one day, and I genuinely think she's going to be. But when we consider like a world where Karma Seals are making Naruto irrelevant, like how is Sarada going to keep up?
Right, exactly.
And
I
and
really don't.
I
Go ahead.
think that's a relevant claim, but well, first things first, I want the Toma to come in the cold arc. Bump the cold arc. I want to be here in the Sasuke Resident arc, but I think they need something to add on top of that third Toma.
if Prime
1000%
Kakashi
right
is
with
DMS
talking about
Kakashi,
how
he's
Sarada's getting left
wiping
behind.
living
I
Madara.
think
But
she
if you're talking
possibly needs
Edo
the
Madara,
third
different
Toma
story.
plus another addition to possibly make her stronger and possibly up there with Kawaki and Boruto. Honestly, that's story-wise, she shouldn't necessarily be up there, but in regards to being completely left behind, like how she is as of right now, I think everybody
The
can agree she's
Colts are
nowhere in the
winning.
same stratosphere as like a Boruto or Kawaki.
The
and they're
Colts
in
are
the same
winning.
team.
Well, I
Holy
think
shit, the Vikings suck.
okay, real quick, 'cause I think kind of moved on. In terms of the filler, I think I agree with both of you. Cater to both your fan bases, the old and the new. Do the Boruto stuff, obviously manga adaptation, but also cover some of the Naruto fans with the adaptations of the novels. I think that would be perfect. Or like Bar said, cover some of the like gaps in between the manga where characters are missing.
Yeah.
Strangely enough, and I think that's perfect. Now for Sarada, my favorite new gen character, I would say,
I love that
look,
for you.
we
It's a fun hill to die on.
Listen,
Yeah.
I will. But we do know her being Sasuke's daughter. There's quite a few ways for her to gain power. Number one, she will. So the question after
Yeah.
that is, okay, well, now that we
How?
know definitively she will scale, how does that come into play? And I have plenty of theories about this, right? Like Sasuke. If you want to look at it on the genetic level, Sasuke being something more than like a base Uchiha with the Curse Seal of Heaven, his genetics being viable or tethered to that of Jugo, whose clan has a Kekkei Genkai that absorbs nature energy. When the lariat hits him in the chest, he's compatible with the flesh of Jugo, and how that could change him on the biological level and kind of work with Sarada on the same level. And of course, there's like from her mother, Byakugo Seal, or the obvious choice now would be Shibai Otsutsuki, right? Like I said, I think there might be an arms race for divine or divinity when it comes to genetics. So maybe we can infuse some of his abilities within hers, and that can have a reaction that we've never seen before with her Otsutsuki Dojutsu. Maybe elevate her Sharingan to a Shinjutsu type of ability.
Yeah.
It's fascinating stuff.
So I guess the curse mark thing is interesting to me because obviously Sasuke loses his curse mark in his battle against Itachi, right? But you're saying that like the chemistry of his body was altered prior, right?
Yeah, because if you go to the war arc, the reason why like Jugo can like use his curse mark with his Susanoo to give him like sage powers,
Yeah.
the change on his body, it's like a permanent thing.
Yeah. It's a cool theory. I like that. I think if anything, the power we're gonna see from her, it was kind of implied recently, in one of the panels that Sasuke might still have his Rinnegan. And I know obviously it got stabbed and it got destroyed, but in one of the panels, Sasuke is looking at Boruto and he sees Momoshiki. And he's like, and it flashes to like his 6-tome Rinnegan in his face, and it's like it feels like that time. And I think they might have been referencing that like it feels like the time that like he got stabbed in the eye, and that's probably what it is. But I definitely think there is a line for Sarada to become more powerful, because we know there's going to be conflict between Mitsuki and Kawaki coming up. Like there at the end of chapter 75, we see Kawaki and Mitsuki like battling. I think that's most likely going to become like Mitsuki finds out that Kawaki was the one who killed Boruto, and he's going to freak out, or he's jealous that Kawaki and Ada like are in love with each other. I'm hoping it's the Boruto thing, but like there's already a clear path for Mitsuki. He's probably Toneri's son. He's a perfect snake sage. Like there is a clear path for Mitsuki to remain relevant for as long as the story goes along. I just don't see a current one for Sarada outside of Sasuke dying, giving her EMS, and then possibly a Rinnegan coming into play.
Well, my only thing with that is like you have a character like Boruto who has Momoshiki's abilities, and one of those abilities you can just pop the pills and gain power. Who's to say that he can't do that for his friends? Give her a pill and then she just instantly scales. Or like Karma Seal, you can place it on multiple people. There doesn't need to be a reincarnation process, so that in and of itself will grant power and abilities. And then again, Shibai being like the new Hashirama Senju. So
yeah,
and then like the thing with Mitsuki is very interesting too. Because as far as him being like linked to Toneri Otsutsuki, it's strange because I do think there's an Otsutsuki element at play, but he's under Ada's enchant ability, which we know should not affect Otsutsuki.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what's going on here? And then also with the flash forward scene in chapter 75, that's also interesting because I suspect that that's nothing more than like a red herring. I'm not even sure if it's all happening around the same event. He could potentially be seeing several different events and then just interpreting it as one large event. I mean, I think a lot of that stuff is a misdirect. But I'm very curious to see how it parses out for sure.
Well, see, because I think it might be a red herring in the same way that the battle between Naruto and Kawaki in the beginning of Boruto is a red herring. I think they've been kind of building up towards a logical conclusion for possibly Boruto and Kawaki coming into conflict. But like, I don't see a possible line for Kawaki ever being a menace to the Hidden Leaf. Like he loves like Naruto and like sees Boruto as a brother. Like I don't see a possible line. So I understand where you could be coming from with it being a red herring. I think probably it has to be Shibai Otsutsuki for Sarada. There's really no other explanation because I don't think they're going to kill Sasuke. They basically already have. They've given Naruto and Sasuke the Might Guy treatment where it's like, hey, listen, we didn't kill them. They're still around. So like you can see them and smile occasionally, but like they're not going to help. Like Naruto went into Sage mode recently in the battle against Code and then proceeded to just sit there. Like he just like, and then he watched Boruto die. He came out of Sage mode and then that was it. And like he has no helpfulness when it comes down to it. Like he's still powerful, like obviously, but like he's outclassed now.
Yeah, well, let me run this by you though, because I think with Kawaki, I think they've been building the blocks there, right? So yes, he does view Boruto as a brother, but he was
17-0. Yeah, I bet the Vikings. Bet the Vikings here. Put 100 on the Vikings.
Deaths of his newfound family. I always say this. When you take a character like Kawaki, just looking at his backstory, and he didn't know love, right? And he got this abuse from Jigen and his biological father as well.
Mhm.
So he went from that situation to this extreme like whiplash to getting all this love.
Yeah.
Right. So once you take this child who didn't know love their entire life and you provide that to them in abundance, and then the threat of taking that away, that being Momoshiki killing Naruto, so on and so forth, that's going to cause him to take radical action. We even saw it at the, well, I don't want to get into that because I don't know if you cover the spoilers. Well, we'll leave that one alone.
Wait, what happened? Did you guys get the chapter early or some shit?
Yeah, some
The
leaks
chapter
out.
bin came out. What are you doing?
What do you mean the chapter bin? No.
Not the
I
chapter.
didn't hear anything about no leaks either. Yo, we
Well,
on the
chapter
same page,
76?
NC.
Hold up.
Yeah,
No.
76 weeks.
Boruto's most recent chapter is chapter 75. Don't you gaslight me.
Oh, chapter
that-
76 came out.
No,
No.
the leaks
No, it
came out.
didn't.
Chapter
The leaks
comes out
came
in 3
The leaks came
days.
out. My bad. The leaks came out. The leaks came out.
I didn't see no leaks. I didn't even know leaks came out.
I read on Shonen Jump. Where do you guys read?
I literally
read on
uploaded a
Viz.
video about the leaks.
Wait.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Bruh.
FBI, they're right there.
Bruh.
That's
That was
crazy.
so dangerous. I
Viz
didn't see
has
that.
been
I
listening the
watched
whole
it.
time, the whole podcast. Wrap it up.
Boruto chapter 76 has not been officially released, but there are leaks on Twitter.
That's
about the
crazy.
Yo, let's talk about the leaks. I didn't know about the leaks. What's up?
I don't know.
There aren't leaks. There are rumors about
Oh,
what people
rumors.
think is
Well,
going to happen
what's-
in the chapter.
Oh,
That's-
What's the
word?
rumors?
I mean, they got panels and everything.
No,
bro.
for the federales, that's what it is.
Oh,
us,
yeah. For my
We
Viz
have
Connects.
some good friends on Twitter that might know what happens in the
Well,
chapter.
The dry
that's something
snitching
you
is
tell
crazy.
that's something
Can
you tell
you
somebody in the DMs, bro. You gotta say it out loud, bro. I'm just saying, man. But no,
can you guys stop stringing this along and just go? What's the rumors, man?
Yeah, now
Well, I mean,
now I'm genuinely curious.
is everyone here okay with leaks and spoilers?
Yes, I'm asking.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm
well,
also
okay. Well, here we
Me
go.
and NC is like,
yeah,
what's going on?
yeah.
I think the
I
big
am usually the best informed man in the room, and this is making me very uncomfortable.
no.
Well,
I think the biggest
yeah.
thing I just against the biggest thing in my personal opinion was the cliffhanger at the last ending of the chapter is essentially Kawaki like requesting to speak to Momoshiki. Now, at that particular point, in my personal opinion, well, just to explain, because I know you guys didn't fully see the whole entire chapter, but Momoshiki was about to start to Boruto was about to start to talk to Momoshiki, and Kawaki realized it, and then he's like, "What's going on?" And then he started to like request to speak to Momoshiki. We don't know specifically all the actual dialogues because the actual thing didn't really get translated, just the actual pictures, and people started to translate the pictures in their own words. So
That's
until
funny.
the actual things come out, which is probably going to be in like a couple days, we're probably good. We're probably not necessarily going to know, but we know Kawaki wants to speak to
A
Momoshiki.
couple days of chapter.
Will I
That's
be
the
streaming
key.
Jump Festa?
That's the
Probably
key to
not. No,
Kawaki's turn. I think, like I said, is that whip.
it's kind of a mess, low
The
key.
fear of losing his. I mean, every motivation. I mean, everything that he does is motivated by fear. The fear of loss of this newfound love, this newfound family, these newfound friends. He leaves the village. That's because he wants to remove himself from the situation so that his loved ones won't be targeted. He gets the karma back, so on and so forth. He wants to kill Boruto to stop Momoshiki from targeting Naruto.
Yeah.
And I think that he didn't accomplish that, right? And with Momoshiki back, I think that needs to be resolved. So I can see a precedent that's been established for a while now that can see Kawaki making that big turn, and probably towards the end of Boruto Part 1.
Maybe that's the flash forward scene. Maybe that's the reason why they get into that conflict. Maybe it has something to do with Momoshiki still living inside of Boruto. Because they said,
Absolutely.
like Kawaki, I didn't think you'll go this far, this and that, blah, blah, blah. So maybe that's the reason why.
Now, I think people are like they forget that this kid is psychologically damaged and he's
Yes,
not in
he
his
is.
right mind.
Yeah.
He's not in
Yeah,
his right mind. So everything he does is
he's
going to be. You have to view it through that lens. Like, yo, he's tapped and rightfully so. So you can't expect him to make rational decisions. Plus, he's 14.
he's like an
So
abused
yeah.
foster child.
Yeah. So
You adopted at 16.
you said at the end of Boruto Part 1, how far do you guys think we are from the end of Boruto Part 1?
Well, in the flash forward scene, like it looks like they have the same like design, right? They still look like they're little, the same clothing. So in that flash forward, I guess the question would be how far do you think that is? And I don't think it's that far, considering it's focused around the characters that are currently in the story right now, like Shikadai, Ina Shikacho, so on and so forth. So I suspect what Boruto saw in chapter 75 is not too far out into the future.
Hi, Mace Adele. It's been good.
Don't
How are
think it
you?
has anything to do with Momoshiki's cryptic
Love
warning
videos.
at
Thank you,
all.
Wally. It's very nice of you.
But relatively soon, I would say.
Just for
maybe
clarification,
probably
specific.
2025, maybe.
2012. Okay. No, you're right.
Yo, hold up.
No, you're right.
Hold
No,
up.
Actually, he nailed it. Low key, he nailed it. That's really impressive.
Are you wait? Hold up, because my guy seems like he has the drop on all the knowledge and all the secret information. Are you
Can't
quizzing
reveal it,
us?
man.
No.
Are you quizzing us?
No. I just listen. It's not.
He's like, let me
2000
see how good these guys really are.
It's not
I'm a quizzing this.
2025. I'll tell you that right now. It's not. It's not. It's not 2025.
Wait, can you tell it too soon or too long?
Significantly too long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not even.
So-
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
now we got to go 2023, like
Nah,
significantly.
it's not.
No, he said significantly too long. If that would have been significantly too short if it was 2023.
Oh
What?
So he's so
No,
Don't-
that's
don't-
not what he said.
this-
Don't step
no,
on
wait,
it.
is
Don't.
the wait significantly too long?
No, he said 2025 is too long. But
Yeah.
2023 wasn't even mentioned.
Okay. I misunderstood. My bad. I thought he was
No, it
saying
can't be
that.
2023, bro. Like it's only 12 chapters a year, and I think they have too much to wrap up for 12 chapters. It has to be 2024.
Bro, as slow as Boruto moves, I would have said 2026,
Here's the thing.
2027.
I wouldn't necessarily rule out us seeing that scene episode 1 of post time skip. Similar to how we seen Sasuke, Naruto, and Sakura kind of like convene at episode 1 of Naruto Shippuden. So I wouldn't necessarily fully rule that out.
See, I listen. There's just listen. There's been murmurs that we're looking
Murmur.
at the end of the year here.
What?
What?
Wait,
Couple of murmurs. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
It can't be.
That's all I'm gonna say.
You talking about 2022?
Yeah.
Stop it.
There's
I-
like 14 more days in like 2
Bro,
weeks.
no. Ain't no way, bro.
I'm relaying the rumors I've heard.
I don't believe you.
Listen.
Rumors, lies.
I'm not asking you to. I'm not asking you to. But I've heard within the confines of the manga, we might be looking at towards the end of the year.
Are you talking to a
Oh,
model?
that's this chapter
That's
then.
Time
suspect.
skip or for
That's this chapter.
For the time skip.
Ain't no way, bro.
That's this chapter then. If you're talking about the end of the year.
It's close to the end of the year. Now these are unsubstantiated. These are unsubstantiated. All right, I'd like to say
you would have to get two mangas this chapter then if it's not this chapter.
Bro,
It's
I would eat my
December.
hat.
Well,
I would
if
eat
it's
my hat
around,
if they
it,
go.
it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be December. For example, it could possibly be like February, March.
That's the
even-
beginning of the year. That's not the end of the year.
What?
but it's still around.
now listen. This. I've heard this from a friend of a friend. All right, that's it.
Okay.
So this isn't even from my Viz connection. This is from an outsider.
Yeah, obviously, no one's reporting anything. No one's reporting.
Yeah.
We're just trying to piece things together, see how it would possibly make sense. You feel me?
Bro, all I'm saying.
If
all
it
I'm saying
happens,
is-
NC said it here first, and I'll give you your flowers when it happens. If it does really happen.
I think
will
this
have to.
man's friend must be a model. Highly suspect. Cannot be
He's
blind.
live. Let's go,
I
Hiza.
don't buy it. I don't buy it.
I
You,
don't-
Sir, not,
I'm not buying into it.
Your friend must be a stand-up gentleman or gentlewoman. Okay,
Uh-huh.
I'm sure they're lovely. You're lovely people, but you're lying to me.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
buy
yeah.
it.
Whatever you say. Whatever you say. Listen, who's to say? Here's the thing, though. Who's to say that what the time skip looks like here? That's all I'm saying. Is who's to say it's
True,
who's to say
true.
it's exactly to the moment of Boruto versus
Right,
Kawaki?
Right.
That's all I'm gonna say.
And
Well,
that's
I-
the thing. I mean, if we were legitimately trying to make a case about the time skip potentially happening very soon, it would. We even talked about this on a pod. Right now, there is no villain. Right now, it seems like a state of like everybody's just chill. We're getting new information, just like in regards to the overall sense of like the lore. If there was a time skip right now, it wouldn't necessarily be that difficult to write in.
I mean, we do kind of have a villain though. We still have Code. Yeah, I mean, I understand y'all.
Code.
Y'all say he's not a threat, bro.
Bro,
But we
he
don't
got-
know
he
what
got
this
mopped
10
by
army that he
Damon.
has.
He got
He has a
mopped
whole
by Damon.
He has a whole 10 Tails army now, though. That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
We're discussing Shibai Otsutsuki, bro. Ten Tails is so far behind, bro. We might have Himawari handle a Ten Tails one of these days.
Oh
What are
my
you doing?
gosh!
Also-
you don't
Wait,
know
wait,
how
we-
strong
we
this.
do- we do have a
the
villain. We
writers
have
can
a villain.
scale. The writers can scale this 10 Tails, juvenile 10 Tails to however strong they want it to be.
Well, until we see that, right? It's just speculation. But I do think we have a villain, and I think his name is NC Hammer, okay? Because he sparked this entire conversation. I think he's spinning webs, bro, just like a model.
Oh, that's me. That's me,
wasn't
Mr. Web
expecting that
Spinner.
one.
Call me
I wasn't
Miles
expecting
Morales because
that
I'm out
one.
here spinning webs.
Jeez.
Listen, all
I
right, all
was
right,
not
all right,
expecting
all right.
that.
All I'm gonna say is, first off, why was Madara able to seal a 10 tails inside of him and Sasuke wasn't? That's the first question. Madara and Obito able to seal a 10 tails, fully grown one. Sasuke sees a 10 tails, just seal it inside of you. I don't know what were we doing there. Second off, listen, I'm just relaying.
They said that he didn't have a full understanding of his Rinnegan at the same time too. Because remember,
Boruto?
wait, what?
Yeah,
I thought we was talking
he's
about in
a-
Naruto. He said that.
he's in a
He
10
said that.
tails dimension.
No. Because he said that. What did you say, NC? You said that. Freaking Madara can absorb a 10 tails. Obito could absorb a 10
10
tails.
tails, but
but
for some reason, Sasuke, when he saw
Sasuke
10 tails,
couldn't.
yeah, when he saw it outside
Yeah.
the car
Oh,
hideout.
and Boruto. Okay.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he
I
just?
thought
Why
you-
would he just absorb it and just like, oh, don't have to worry about that anymore. It's inside of me.
Oh, got you. I thought we was talking about Valley of the End.
Mhm.
Since we was bringing up. Okay.
I think that Sasuke could have absorbed it. I think that he wants to gather more
If he
intel,
wants to,
gather
yeah,
more
he could.
information.
But like I don't know, it's never sat right with me. And then also to those scheming my downfall here,
Wasn't Ishiki there too though? Like when he saw the Tensels,
Yeah.
Ishiki was there.
Yeah.
Or Jigen was there.
Yeah.
He couldn't have sealed it.
He
could have waited till Jigen dipped out. Though.
Yeah, exactly. Just like
he could have waited till he dipped out.
He could have went back in. He could have went home for a cup of tea and went back. Like,
He could have. It could have happened.
But once again, also to those scheming my downfall. Listen, I'm just relaying information I've heard. All right.
Hey, with Shibai though,
I
remember back when I first started watching your content, you had like a video about like the 2 Tentels that came out. Please excuse me if I'm misquoting you wrong because this was like 2 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's like a plot hole or something.
Kaguya is a walking plot hole. Yeah.
Right, that video.
Yeah.
So now, since we got the Shibai thing and like his corpse was left over, do you think that that's what they fed to the Tentels, or you think that's a little bit of a stretch?
So I had somebody explain it really well, actually, and that it was that the Kaguya was lying about how the divine tree was created because why would she tell the truth? And that she actually fed the lower half of Ishiki to the divine tree to the Ten Tails to create the divine tree. And then she ate the chakra fruit of that, which I don't hate. I actually really like that. I mean, he got ripped in half, and he wasn't flying around with his legs in his arms. So clearly somebody had him. And half of Ishiki would be enough to make a chakra fruit, not like one of high quality, but like a chakra fruit regardless.
Right.
So I think that's probably the best explanation. My real question is, why is Shibai's body on Earth? Or did Ishiki bring Shibai's body to Earth? Like, why?
I think that would be a better explanation. Maybe it's in a different dimension or something like that. I can't see Shibai's body being on Earth because what's his name? Amado didn't have access to his body until he got in touch with Jigen. Yeah.
So like,
Jigen had that body.
Okay, and then do you guys think that Shibai possibly has any tie-in to the broken symbols at the Kara hideout?
We was talking about that on the last podcast. I want to know what you think about that because we actually discussed that.
So I like I said, there's currently an Orochimaru is an Otsutsuki video in the works here, but
Orochimaru's on a broken tablet. That makes sense.
Well, so I had two standing theories really, and it was that. Sense. Is that the two? What does it make sense?
He said it actually does make sense.
Oh yeah, Maru having a link to the Otsutsuki.
Yeah, I mean pale skin, curse seals, karma marking. I actually still have my notes right here. Trying to find Kimimaru because his connection to the Kaguya clan.
Sumire.
Yeah, exactly.
But didn't he have parents though? Like,
we don't know that. Actually, he was an orphan.
They died.
We've never canonically been told that.
Wait. Let the man cook. Let the
go ahead.
Yeah.
My bad.
Let him cook.
My apologies.
Yeah.
My apologies.
So the two markings I think could either be Shibai and a possible descendant. I think it's a possibility that Shibai like came to Earth and had a child, or like, so there's a couple of different ways. Because like we know that canonically Otsutsukis can breed with humans. And so it's either a duo of Otsutsuki's that came down to Earth and had children, and those children later then became Orochimaru, or it's a representation of Shibai's body and Shibai's soul is another theory I had as they became separated, obviously. But Shibai's body still being able to hold all of the power of the Shinjutsu is still like a formidable thing. But the video is basically just me talking about like he's got pale skin. He created Mitsuki, who's almost definitely an Otsutsuki, and I'm like exploring as to why he would create Mitsuki. Like obviously he's trying to perfect Snake Sage mode, but like also is he trying to create somebody he can feed to a Ten Tails? Like why use Otsutsuki DNA if you're not trying to do that? And then Shikatsu Miyaku, interesting Kimimaru, Kaguya's clan, which is based off of Ashall killing Bone. So there's a lot of connections, like a lot of like nefarious connections between Orochimaru and the Otsutsuki clan that I was exploring. But yeah, no, I think it might be like Shibai and a possible other, because people are always like, oh, it's Toneri and Oroshiki, which has never made any sense to me because Oroshiki is anime canon only. And Oroshiki didn't know Toneri. Toneri didn't know.
Toneri's not a full Otsutsuki.
Yeah, so and he thought the main family was gonna die with him on the moon, meaning he didn't know that any other Otsutsuki were alive. So that's never made sense to me. What do you guys think about it?
I think.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead, Mello. You got it. You go.
No, hit it up. Hit it up.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I think that it would be Shibai on the tablet because Jigen would want to keep that a secret because he knew Sasuke can travel dimensions and stuff like that, and Sasuke would probably eventually reach that dimension.
Uh-huh.
And Sasuke already knew about Kaguya and everybody else that was showcased on the tablets, but Sasuke had no idea who Shibai Otsutsuki was or his
Of course.
partner, whoever that is.
Yeah.
So I think it's valuable to say that he was on a broken tablet because they was like fixing to, or like they was building us up to let us know that there's another Otsutsuki out there that they're going to present. So I think it will make the most sense if that was Shibai on that tablet.
Yeah, and you know what's actually interesting is that it stated that Shiba has undergone karmic reincarnation several times.
Right.
And I thought that was interesting because the only people who undergo karmic reincarnation are lower ranking Otsutsuki. Like, obviously, there's a possibility, like, obviously, Momoshiki has died, and that's why he puts the Karma Seal on Boruto, and Ishiki's died. But the only reason that, like, the majority of Otsutsuki would have to go through karmic reincarnation multiple times would be if that they were the lower ranking Otsutsuki.
The lower ranking.
So,
like Kenshiki to Momoshiki.
Exactly.
Right, okay.
Because they are the ones who are supposed to be fed to the Ten Tails.
Right.
So the fact that he's undergone
like
karmic reincarnation multiple times is kind of suspect to me because, like yes, obviously he's ascended to godhood and all of that, but like if there's going to be a duo and if there's this broken duo that's probably been around for thousands of years, I mean, because Shibai, for what we know, has probably been a god for thousands of years. He could have been the lower ranking Otsutsuki. There could be a bigger bad than him, essentially.
That makes a lot of sense. I never thought about it like that because you're absolutely right. It's the lower rank in the Susi that gets fed to the Ten Tails.
Yeah.
Got to go through the karma. That makes so much, bro. That's mind blown.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
So I was exploring a lot of theories like that. Possibility that like there's like Orochimaru could have grafted part of Shibai's DNA to himself. Just because like when we see what's really suspect to me is that when we see Orochimaru get part of his, like when Kabuto takes Orochimaru's cells and grafts it to himself, Orochimaru's body starts to take over Kabuto a lot like a karma marking does. Like his body became Orochimaru, became a white snake. And he was like the consciousness of Orochimaru was invading my consciousness, and he had to battle against it. So just like it seemed, there's so many similarities that are like, and I don't exactly know how the connection could be made quite yet, but it seems like almost too obvious at this point, and it would seem like this perfect like full circle moment.
I think I think one way to answer that question would be to just take a look at Ishiki Otsutsuki's situation, to where he didn't have a viable sacrifice, so the plan was to be inside of his vessel Kawaki and then sacrifice Jigen, right? Who and so by that method, you use one Otsutsuki pure god, and then you use two vessels, and then you can sacrifice yourself.
Did my dad send off the brand guy to Jesus yet, or no?
I mentioned this earlier in the stream. Always take into consideration the
oh, Steven, Nick just popping in, savoring love your content. Hi, Steven.
Right.
Thanks for popping in, brother.
Do they know the full story, or are they just telling how they heard it? So these things are definitely fascinating. Now, as it relates to like Shibai being like linked to the emblems in the Ten Tails dimension, I don't even think Shibai. I
didn't see Steve comment, and I was like, "Why is everyone talking about? I will send you to Jesus."
When I first heard about the guy, the character,
but Momoshiki confirmed him though.
Real quick.
I'm sorry.
I looked up the name, Shibai Otsutsuki. Yeah. I looked up the name Shibai Otsutsuki, and it basically translates to like actor, pretend, make believe. And I find that very interesting. And
like Shibai means actor.
In Japanese,
these different words but it's like make believe.
You just, I am on you scared the shit out of me.
So I found that curious, and I don't want to just dismiss that connection. That's very strange to me. Now, yes, it was confirmed. Amato's daughter by Ada, but I don't trust Ada, right? And it was confirmed by Momoshiki, but I don't trust him either. That's why I keep bringing up who's telling you this information.
Yeah, unreliable narrator.
Can I ask you a question about the name though? Is that Shibai's name translated into Japanese, or what language is that translated into? Did it say?
I don't quite remember
Mm,
which one it was. I think it was maybe two different languages,
okay.
which kind of worked its way out to be something the same or similar. Um, but this ties into like some questions I wanted to ask NC Hammer, just get his thoughts on this because big brain and all.
I'll try my
Hmm.
hardest.
So you were talking
Scientist.
about like
Yo, we
the
got
O2.
Amado on the podcast. Just to let y'all know right now.
Without the smoking
I
habit, but yeah.
did I not say that? Bro, I tell
Well,
him that
maybe I'm
this is
Amado then.
my bad.
Yeah.
Um, so like you were talking about like the Otsutsuki earlier. So I'm curious, like, do you think maybe the Otsutsuki seed planets with like beings that are created in their image, almost like it's like in real life, it's like this Anunnaki myth to where like gods created human beings in their image,
Yeah.
something akin to that, and like how does
The
that link to?
Anunnaki, bro. Oh, we going back to oh, I like that. Okay.
And
What
how
was
like
that on? That was on the Discovery Channel, Ancient Aliens, right?
let me cook, sir. I'm trying.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm
No,
sorry.
My
I'm
You
man
good.
is
said
in
some
the.
stuff that I knew.
We'll
You said some stuff that
continue,
I
sir.
You
knew
said a big
about.
word. You
Well,
said a big
history.
word. He knew. He got excited.
Yeah, I got excited. My
This
bad.
happens.
I'm
This
sorry.
happens. This
I'm trying
happens.
to cook
I'm
up some ramen.
sorry.
I'm trying to cook, bro.
My
A
bad.
little
My
salt
bad.
on
My
the
bad.
side. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You good,
I'm
bro.
just
You
throwing
good.
in some extra ingredients for you, though. I'm
Hey,
helping you
hey, I
cook.
love it. I love it. I love it. But I'm just curious to see like how does this link to what makes a vessel viable,
Right.
right? Because it seems like Ishiki, a supposed pure god, doesn't even know himself.
Mm.
And if you think like Amato is sacrificing himself akin to an Ishiki, one god, multiple vessels, do they come to the planet, create like humans? Do they own humans, right? Because they seem to think they're entitled to this land.
Yeah.
Maybe they actually create these worlds, and Earth is a creation of the Otsutsuki.
Well, to a small degree, it is. I mean, like when we like the real lore that we have to look at here is Hagoromo, and the Ten Tails. The Ten Tails that was brought to Earth by Kaki and Ishiki was said to terraform the Earth. It said it raised the oceans and created the mountains. Which is interesting because when we consider the fact of like the timeline and what we've learned from basically Kaguya's backstory is that like humans were on Earth prior to Kaguya's ascension, which is weird. The whole thing is like
Very
is
weird.
is so it's so odd because
Very weird.
Kaguya came to Earth, but Ishiki's not there, right? And she meets Tenzo, and she has Hamura and Hagoromo. And so maybe prior to like it's a possibility that prior to that, Kaguya and Ishiki descended down to Earth, and Kaguya then came back later on or something. But in essence, the Otsutsuki really did kind of create based off of lore we have with the Ten Tails terraforming the Earth, and that the Sword of Nunabuko was said to have created the Earth and therefore could destroy it. So when we tie in the Ten Tail terraforming and Hagoromo saying that he created the Earth and essentially sharing chakra with the entirety of everybody, but there's also the fact that there was humans there before. Like it's hazy, but I think the Otsutsukis did play a very heavy hand in the creation of Earth, and when we
They
consider
created the moon too, didn't they?
yeah, well, the moon is Chibuka Tensai. It's yeah, it was created by Hagoromo and Hamura to seal Kaguya the first time around.
Right.
So not only did they create the oceans with the Ten Tails, they created the way to make tides and all of that.
Great.
So there is definitely a lot of like humanity's history tied into the Otsutsuki being there. The only problem is when we consider like the way it makes more sense when we consider it in the way that Naruto explained the Otsutsuki, where a seed falls off a comet and that creates a god tree, and that the Otsutsuki scour the universe looking for that god tree. So I guess the best way to explain it for me at least would be that the Otsutsuki found a god tree on a planet and then basically seeded it with humanity so that chakra would be viable and feed into said divine tree. Otherwise, it's not going to make much of a fruit.
Wait, did
I
you
like
say
that. I
did
I
you
like
say
that
that
idea.
Naruto explained this or Naruto explained
No,
this?
no, no. The way that Naruto explains like the way that like before it got retconned,
Okay.
that like Kaguya said that a seed fell off a meteor and fell to Earth, right? And then that seed created a tree that sucked up the chakra of everything around it, and the humans that were there revered that tree. I think it's a possibility that like you could explain it away that the Otsutsukis technically seed a planet in order to make it as chakraful as possible before they take all that chakra and turn it into a chakra fruit.
Well, let's kind of like dive a little deeper into this because I think this is fascinating. If you guys will indulge me, um,
Yeah. Fact.
so okay, so when you take a look at like, and I think this can tie into your Orochimaru thing as well. There are certain people who can handle a curse mark,
Yeah.
And I kind of tethered the curse mark to the karma seal. The similarities are uncanny. I think we all know this.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
So there's certain people who can handle the power of the karma seal. So I wonder what that prerequisite is. Like, what is the thing that allows them to handle that power? And and then I go back to Boro and his cult, where he worships the Otsutsuki like gods, code himself as well.
Did I hear about the
I'm
theory of
thinking to
Sasuke
myself,
dying soon? No, I didn't.
I look at Momoshiki's dialogue to where he seems to be literally shocked that a vessel would dare defy him. Back when after he stabs out Sasuke's eye, he's like, "Yo, Boruto, like, what are you doing? Like, stop it."
Yeah.
So he's almost like, how
Vessels
dare you
don't
load
do
the
this.
vessel? Exactly.
Yeah.
So there must be other vessels. There must be other planets with other religions, and it's weird because if that is the case, maybe the Otsutsuki are not gods. They just have a god complex because they
Right.
are worshipped by the inhabitants of the planets that they seed. They
That's
create
that's
these.
going back to what I was saying. Like when aliens
Yeah.
come to different planets, like like when they're technologically advanced, you just assume. Like there was this story about these this tribe that we never heard of. Like they was like a tribe that existed for so long, but they had no technology or nothing. I don't know if you guys ever heard about this before, but a plane flew over the island and they discovered it. And they started throwing sticks and stuff at it and stuff like that because they didn't know what it was. But like it landed or something like that, and they assumed that the people were gods and they like was started worshiping them, but they were regular humans. They just had a plane, like, and they
Yeah.
never seen this technology before, so it amazed
Right.
them. So like they assumed they were gods because they can't do this. You know what I'm saying? They're
And
flying in the air and stuff like that. So like it's
I feel
amazing to them,
like
but to us it's normal. So it's not godlike to us,
I
Yeah,
feel like we
I'm
have
thinking.
to account. Oh my bad.
or like our
No,
god complex over animals and stuff like that. Like you know,
Yeah, I
yeah,
feel
I
like we
get
have
that.
to
I get that.
account for. Oh my bad, man. Go
My
ahead,
bad.
cook. Go ahead,
let
cook.
let
Go
let,
ahead,
let Bar cook.
Yeah.
No,
cook. Go
I'm not
ahead,
cooking.
cook.
I'm just trying to clarify some things. So, Mel, when you say
Wait, so
that
people are saying that
the
Sasuke is going to
Otsutsuki
get killed by
may have provided,
Shikamaru?
like, let's say,
Yo, Taylor, thank you for
seasoning
$5. You ever watched Naruto? Would have had a more
for
concrete time like
different
how
plants
Star
that
Wars
already
based its
have a
years
god
off of
tree,
BBY and ABY?
how do they bring about the
I
humans?
mean, if you
So,
consider Naruto's
one of
timeline
the
as a continuation of like
themes
from
in the
Konoha's
Naruto
founding,
series is that of genetics.
you
Right?
can kind of
Right.
give it like that, but
DNA.
like they're not like they're not like
myth
23 years
or
after
the,
Konoha's founding. I wish they did that because there was a
IRL,
lot of holes.
whatever.
It's a good question,
I
though.
don't want like offend people what they believe and whatnot. Basically, gods or the gods seeded Earth and made us human beings. They took what was it Homo something or erectus or whatever and create
Homo
Sapiens.
sapiens.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. The ones
So
before Homo sapiens. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
created us in
You
their
nailed it.
image, right? Oh, perfect. Look at me.
Yeah.
So they created us in their image. So something akin to that, right? It's an
Neanderthal.
element that already exists there.
Vote
Well, I
for
think the
10, 10, or
Neanderthals was
10.
like different from humans or Homo sapien. But so like you take the entities that already exist, you add an element of the divine or an element of their alien genetics and create this new thing. Because the one thing that's important to me is that I have to account for what makes a viable vessel. I have to.
I miss
And
you
the
too,
only
Papa
planet
Nuggy.
I know of is Earth, where there are vessels for Otsutsuki. It's the only planet. And I know that Earth is influenced by aliens, that being Kaguya. So I can make this suspicion, or I suspect that there's some kind of Otsutsuki element that allows Boruto and Kawaki, and I think this could tie into Kawaki's lineage, that allows them to be viable vessels. I suspect maybe Sarda would be a viable vessel as well because the Uchiha stem from Indra, so on and so forth, Hagoromo's son. So that's something I need to take into account. But that's what I mean by seeding it. Not necessarily the seedling Tentels. That's a separate thing. I mean like seeding the actual people on the planet. But yeah.
I'm sorry, me
just
and
wanna know
Naruto
how
explained are chopping it up in the chat right now, talking about who should win this
I
popularity
was
contest.
just about to say, yo, shout out to Naruto Explain for the $10 donation. Hey, yo, he said vote for 1010 or Tauntaun
Tauntaun.
and the popularity poll so we can get Tauntaun. That
Wait, I thought
time
we
I
were
got
all on the same page
reincarnated
for
as
Jirobo.
Miso Pork Robin. No, Naruto Explains wants 1010 or Tauntaun.
No, all right, listen, listen,
Not
10-10
doing the
can't
job.
happen. She's too fast
The
for the
rise
cameras.
of the 8th Hokage.
She
Shout out to Naruto
she
Explain.
literally she can't. You can't do 10-10. She's too fast for
Big
the
1010.
the artist literally can't draw her. She's too fast. That's the issue.
Yeah, definitely.
So we
definitely.
can't
She
do 10-10.
transcends.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Tauntaun
Yeah,
I could get behind, but I'm still voting Jirobo. I'm sorry. That's just he has my whole heart. My whole heart here.
I'm cool with
Hey.
Jirobo, but Kakashi's my boy. That's daddy. So I gotta vote for Kakashi.
He's gonna, but the thing is, he's gonna get his own manga. Like he's got 3 light novels.
know.
They're gonna get manganized.
But
I'm not
Mello wants
objective at
more.
all here. I'm not
Mello
objective.
wants
I'm
more.
not.
He wants more Kakashi.
Need more.
Feed him Kakashi.
I low key, I think Minato will win, and I think that's huge because Minato has no light novel. Like Minato has no light novel to get turned into manga, so I think it is gonna be Minato. If it's Itachi, I'm gonna be
No.
Itachi has three light novels. He has a chapter in Akatsuki Hiden, and he has 2 separate light novels explaining his time in the Anbu. Like we don't need
anime
Itachi
content. I don't want Itachi. And Minato, I love his character as a combatant, but he's so boring. I'm sorry. He's just very. He's
Naruto.
Personality. No, Naruto's very like brash and like in your face, but Minato's too chill, man. He's a little too chill. It's like he's always high or something. It's like, bro, can I see some aggression out of you, please?
I like
Listen,
that.
you hit a dimensional void. Maybe it gives you a little bit of a buzz. Who knows? You ever tried instantaneous travel? I could imagine it kind of scrambles the frontal lobe a little bit.
Yeah. That's
actually, there's some sense in that.
Yeah, I know. I try my hardest. But all right, guys, I got to run here. Girlfriend's getting up. I got to make her breakfast. So I appreciate you guys for having me on.
What's for breakfast?
I usually do omelets.
Okay.
You're making it.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
What's in the omelet?
It's gonna gross you out. We have
my man's gotta go, bro.
No. We have brined duck necks. It's a Chinese delicacy. It's actually really good. And so I chop those up with a little bit of onion, a little bit of tomato. A little MSG, never hurt nobody.
Okay.
Not Daffy Duck.
I think it has.
No, bro, Daffy. Listen, Daffy Duck is no longer. All right.
Say it ain't so.
Yeah, well, it is. It is, unfortunately. But I appreciate you guys having me on as always.
Anytime.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you for being on with us. And thank you for streaming on his channel, bro. You got us some new subscribers. Thank you for the new subscribers that came from NC's page.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to all of NC's fan base. Thank you guys for joining us as well. We're not going to end right now. We got a super chat from somebody, but just NC, thank you again.
Of course.
Let NC cook. Let him cook.
Quite literally cook. All right, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah. I'm
Later, bro.
just giving them a nice outro. Later,
Right,
bro.
Bye, everybody. All right, chat. Hi. Hello. Thank you guys for popping in today. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you all being here. I am gonna skedaddle. I love seeing all of your faces. I have to pee like a racehorse. Fun though. Always appreciate heading onto their pod. Shino 6 Pat Scott, I imagine. See you in Jump Festa Day 2. Doesn't start until tonight, right? Yep, 23-0. There's no way, dude. The Vikings are getting